The bazaar, a lot of people do get confused. I had a very young son. He's not young anymore. But when he was young, he used to ask me, Daddy, bazaar kya hota hai? Kya din bhar bazaar bolte rehte ho? So I told him, son, markets are places where there are two kinds of people. There are people with tajurba or experience, and there are people with money in the marketplace. And what happens when the bull market gets over is that the people with money end up getting the tajurba, and the people with tajurba end up getting the money. So I'm hoping to speak to you today in the voice of tajurba. I have lots of tajurba, I have lots of hair gone, so I have a lot of that to offer you. So let me speak to you with some sense of, first, some of the lessons I've learned in the financial markets. To understand where we are in the context, we need to know where we've been. And let me show you some of the great bull markets in history. And from the lows to the highs, how much they've gone up, how many years it took to go up, and how many times it has gone up. So if you look at, say, the Dow, after post-World War II, it went up from 162 to 995. So about 6x in a period of almost 15, 20 years. This is my most favorite bull market after that, is the Nikkei. When Japan hosted the Olympics in 1960, it used to be a third world country. People didn't know the products it made, and was very skeptical about even hosting the Olympics. The Nikkei index went from 1357 to almost 39,000, a 30x move in the index itself over a period of 25 years. By the time the bull market ended, Japan was a member of the G5, Toyota, Sony had become household names, and the whole country had become from a third world country to probably the third largest economy in the world. So the Japanese bull market is always the gold standard of bull markets in equity. And remember that the Japanese yen also went up from 360 to almost 100 to the dollar. So if you look at it in yen terms, it went up not 30x but almost 100x. The index went up 100x. Our own Sensex, 89 to 92, went from 700 to 4,500, 6.5 time move on the index in a period of about 4-5 years. Oil went from 33 to 140. There's always a bull market going on somewhere in the world. The Nasdaq itself in 2000, in the 92 to 2000 TMT bull market, went from 350 to 5,000, a 14x move. Today the Nasdaq is even over that limit, it's around 8,000. Our own Sensex in 2000 went from almost 5,000 to 20,000, a 4x move. So this bull market, which I date to August 2013, began at 17,000, right? So it's barely doubled from that level. So if you go by historical precedent at least, this is still a young bull market, all right? So what it seems to me, it's a major correction in a bull market, not necessarily the top of a bull market. If you start saving in your 20s, all right, or your 35s, or at 40, but you save double the amount every year, look at the difference that happens when you approach retirement age. Look at the amount of difference. Ye do behne hai, Karishma or Karina, they're actually sisters in real life, all right? So let's say Karishma is the hardworking one. She likes to save and invest her money early, so she starts saving when she's 18 years old. Karina is the fun one. She wants to have a good time, go out, party, buy clothes, travel. So she starts saving when she's 25 years old. Karishma stops saving when she's 25 years old. So she saves for a period of 8 years. Karina saves the rest of her life. Till 62, she saves every year. How much do they save? 50,000 rupees a year. 50,000 rupees har saal karte hain. But what a difference it makes because Karishma started early. And then when she's 40 years old, she has 55 lakhs, 50, 2.25 crores. When 60, she has 12.8 crores. Whereas Karina, who saved for 40 years, ends up with only half the amount. तो जल्दी शुरू करने का itna advantage hai. Compounding is so great an advantage when you start early. So the one lesson I'd like these young people here to take away from you is start investing early. Even small amounts invested early make a huge difference 10, 20, 30 years down the road. Let me put it in words that you will understand. Most of us will have a career of about 30 years. 30 years in the financial markets, 30 years as an architect, 30 years as a doctor. A professional career, 30 to 40 years come there. Let's say 30 years out there. Let's say you start off life when you're 25 and you save your first 10 lakhs. आपने 10 लाख save कर दिया. कैसे भी मेहनत करके 10 लाख बचा दिया आपने. Now you're able to double your money every 3 years. All right? Every 3 years you're able to double your money. The index itself goes up 16%. Right? So to double your money, you need to do about 21, 22% a year. It's not that hard. If you double your money every 3 years, in a 30-year career, you will have 10 doubles in your life. 10 times your money. You will have 10 doubles in your life. So suppose you start with 10 lakh rupees, all right? 10 lakh rupees when you're 25. When you're 55, can any young person tell me, if you double your money every 3 years, what will that amount become? Yeah, you're a CA or someone, yeah, you know all that stuff. He's right, okay? He's right, it becomes 100 CR. How does it become 100 CR? Let's do the math. Because it's always fun. I know you know this, but it's still fun, okay? 10 lakhs after 3 years becomes, if you double your money, 20, right? 20 becomes, 40 becomes, 80 becomes, now let's round it off, say becomes 3, that's after 5 years, 15 years becomes 3, right? Now see what happens in the next 15 years. 6, 12, 50, 100. 100. Think about it. If you have 100 crores, that even in today's depreciated rupee, that's about $10-15 million. That puts you in the richest 1% in the world. Forget in India. It'll make you the richest 1% in the world. All right? What have you done? You bought businesses that have doubled every 3 years. All right? Are these opportunities there? I think Madhu put up a chart. I mean, there must be 100 stocks that have done better than that over the last few years. Right? Is it simple? No. Is it easy? No. But making money is not easy. I mean, all of you work 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours a day for a living, right? So making money is not easy. But if you find a great business that can double for you every 3 years, so people ask me that maybe I was lucky when I and Madhuji invested in our career, we had long-term capital gains exemption, right? So we could build our capital tax-free. But the trick of the matter is even you can, because unless you sell your stocks, there's no capital gains. So try and find businesses that last not 3 years, but 6 years, or 18 years, or 24 years. Because as the money grows, as the value of the share grows, the business remains tax-free for all of you. I'll tell you a story which really drove the point home. When my son, who was 12 or 13, we had one of those name ceremonies for him, correct? So we had invited 200 people as proud parents, and his grandparents gave him cash. Someone bought sweets, someone bought toys, someone bought, clothes for the young person. I think as parents, we must have also given him some clothes. One of my friends gave him some shares rather than this thing, all right? He gave him, at that time it was about 25,000 rupees. 500 shares of something he gave him. Almost like it was an afterthought as a present. He played with the toys, wore the clothes, enjoyed the sweets. The shares were put away in the locker. 25,000 rupees. The shares turned out to be HDFC Bank. All right? So today that 500 shares have become 2,500 shares. 2,500 shares times 2,000 rupees. You do the math what it's worth today. This kid is barely 30 and he already has such an amount of wealth because one of our friends was wise enough to give him an appreciating asset and not a depreciating asset. The trick about buying, as Madhuji said, when you buy a stock, is think ek dhanda khareed rahe hain aap. Don't think you're buying a price fluctuation. Say you bought 1,000 shares of HDFC Bank. Think you're a part owner of the bank. Then you will think differently as opposed to say 20 mein leke 25 mein bech diya maine. Because then you're fluctuating on the price. You want to be a trader, that's fine. You want to build wealth, as Bajate says, then you got to buy, invest in a business. I explained to you the power of compounding. If there's one lesson that the younger people should take away from here, is there's magic in compounding. If you understand what compounding is, it can change your life. Trust me when I say that 10 lakhs becomes 100 crores sounds silly to most young people. How does that happen? My father works all his life. He's not got anything amount like that. But that is the mathematics of it. You go run a spreadsheet on it. Take 10 lakhs, compound it about 22-23% and see what that money becomes in 30 years. Math doesn't lie. It becomes 100 crores. The trick is finding the businesses that can compound at such a great rate for you. India grows at night. All these people who get very bearish on India, mandi ho gaya, ye sarkar ne ye nahi kiya, rupee depreciate ho gaya. We are blessed. We have 125 crore people in our economy, okay? Agar aankhein band bhi kar lena to 6% ki GDP growth aane wali hai. There's nothing, no government can stop that. That's going to happen. If you have a good government, we'll grow at 10%. If you have a bad government, we'll grow at 7%, right? So India grows at night. It doesn't matter. Raat bhar kaam chalta rehta hai Hindustan mein. So India will keep growing. And a growing economy means growing profits. Growing profits means growing stock market valuation. As companies find and aspire to newer markets, newer niches in retail, in cement, in pharmaceuticals, enormous amount of wealth is going to be created. Look what happened in India in the last 25 years of my career, okay? from Mrs. Gandhi being assassinated to the NBFC trouble. So suppose I came to India in 1989 and you told me that you're coming, the rupee is about 20 to the dollar, it will go to 80 to the dollar. There'll be Kargil wars, there'll be plagues in Surat, there'll be a nuclear bomb blast, there'll be a Y2K, there'll be a tech meltdown, there'll be a tsunami. I would have said, I'm going back, I don't want to invest in this Indian market. And yet, all these things have happened, all right? Governments have come and gone, the rupee is depreciated, calamities have hit the Indian market, people have boycotted parliaments, governments have come and gone. And still, the index which started 800 when my career started is today closer to 30,000 plus, right? So that's what I mean by India grows at night. Kuch bhi hota hai, things happen bad. But because you are blessed with having a market of 125 crore people, all right, opportunities are greater today than they've ever been. Bull markets equal big money. The greatest money is made when a bear market is getting over and a bull market starts. Because I told you bull markets go up 3x, 5x, 6x. So 20,000 ka index, 100,000 ho jata hai index, okay? So the big money is made in the big swing in the market. So you got to get into the bear market, be ready there. Values will emerge there. Buy it and don't make 10, 20 rupees and sell it. Because you're shortchanging yourself. As Madhu Babu pointed out, Bajaj Finance can go up 400x. HDFC Bank can go up 1000x. Infosys goes up 2000x, all right? These opportunities are in finding those great companies. So you need to spend time understanding whether it's a bull market, and if it's the beginning of a bull market, you understand that great opportunities lie ahead of you. Someone asked me, आपने जब index 800 में शुरू किया, अब 36,000 हो गया, अब हमको तेजी समझा रहे हो. So I asked the wisest friend I know in the stock market, who happens to be also the founder of DMart. I just happen to be on the board of DMart, the founder of DMart. And he was asked the same question by another group of youngsters. And someone asked him, what is the best investment time in his career? He's seen a 50-year investment career. He's seen, as someone said, the Morarji Desai Dividend Scrapping Act. He's seen the liberalization of Manmohan Singh. He's seen the tech boom in India. He says, what was the best investment decade in your investing career? And without blinking, he said, the next 25 years. The opportunities in the next 25 years are greater because we have a market, we are a democratic country, we have skill sets, we understand the value of economic reform. So the opportunities ahead of us are far greater than the opportunities behind us, as great as the opportunities were behind us. All right? So please, I don't know, don't take my word from it. Whom I consider one of the best investors in India, one of the best entrepreneurs in India, says that the opportunities in the next 25 years are greater than the